YouTube. So we are first official video working on some cars in the shop. Today we are going to be working on the Riviera. We need to do a water pump, we need to do a radiator, and eventually we're going to do some exhaust. I don't think the exhaust is going to be today, so this video might only be us doing the radiator and the water pump, depending on how all that goes. So yeah, we're going to get right into it. We also, as a little update, we have the Trans Am here. We got the Blazer here. I know you guys have only ever seen that in one singular short. To kind of update you guys on that, that is going to be getting a manual swapped transmission. That is just a little rundown on that quick. This is a 83 K5 Blazer, extremely clean. I mean, extremely clean, especially by Wisconsin standards. It has a little dentage you can kind of catch off camera. We're gonna be putting windows in it, manual trans. It's full of stuff right now, but it's got a TBI 454 in it out of an 89 Suburban, so we're gonna be making that work. This, as you guys know, is a long-term project, but it's just smaller, so it's kind of in the middle. And then the Buick's here. I mean, we've done some signage, had my own banner made. Like, we're definitely trying to be as good as we possibly can with it. So with that being said, yeah, I mean, we're really gonna try and take a really good shot at this YouTube. But yeah, so without further ado, time to start working on the Riviera. So first things first, we are going to pop this lower radiator hose off. And now we're gonna really, okay, we're really gonna hope and try. My son's here also. We're really gonna hope that we can get some of these lines out. I'm guessing that's probably not gonna happen. That guy doesn't know. And we're gonna see if we're gonna even remotely hit the drain pan. Probably not. But there's only really one way to know, and that's to absolutely miss it and make a giant mess and then hope for the best. So we'll go from there, kind of. More hearsay. Yeah, that looks good enough to make a mess everywhere. Only a lot of mess. Only a lot of mess. Yeah. That is exactly what a feller wants, is all the mess. Not some of it. All of it. And let's hope I don't have to work on the ground, because that will make the mess I made conveniently a problem. Get this upper radiator hose pulled off. Ish. Here, let me bring your fellers in. So part of the reason why we're doing this is, you see the wetness right there? It has a slow ooze right there. Like, it oozes coolant out from this upper. And I tightened the hose down. It has a new hose clamp, so like, it's not the hose clamp. And ew, it looks like pee. LOL. And as you can tell, the trans cooler inside the radiator is also leaking out. Like it popped from those fins, and the lines are completely dry. So the radiator is bad, and it's been, it hasn't been overheating, but you can tell that it has like a slow ooze. And somewhere in the front of this thing, I don't know where yet, because I haven't done my due diligence to find it yet, but there's also a massive, massive oil leak. So we are going to try to diagnose that as well in the process of doing the water pump, which keep in mind, I've never done a water pump in about 10 years. Now I'm thinking for convenience purposes, I'll probably go ahead and pull this upper hose off too. So that way it comes out one piece with this. This old stuff, you know, it's brittle, it'll break, it'll end up being just, you know, I mean, obviously it ain't gonna hurt it if it's not there, but I'd prefer it to just look decent. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. She ain't winning no shows. But, ooh, good thing we're putting a new radiator in, because that was yucky. That was real icky. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, baby. Sorry. My beautiful, and I mean beautiful girlfriend always says that, and she's got me hooked on saying it. So now I guess I just say it. It is what it is, you know. Wouldn't trade her for the world. We're also doing hand tools because I kind of messed up and I did not bring any ratchets. We are still in the process of moving and getting stuff in, so some of this is going to take a little bit longer than what it normally would, which is a massive inconvenience if I don't say so myself. But what, you know, what do you do? Also keep in mind, I've never done this on one of these Buicks, so I don't know what it all entails, but it's actually looking like it's those two bolts, that bolt, and those two bolts, hopefully, give or take. And then the trans lines, which, if a feller was smart, he'd take the trans lines off now. I'm not smart. And those look like they're going to be a pain in the butt, so I feel like if I save them for last, it'll just absolutely irritate the heck out of me last, because then, you know, the radiator ain't going to be stationary, all that fun stuff that's just going to make it a mild inconvenience, you know. Hopefully I didn't need that. I ain't going to lie though, that went way better than I thought it was going to. I'm sure a guy has to take off the fan. So I'm going to do the adult thing and just let it sit back and try and lift it up as a whole and hope for the best. By the way, Amazon. Amazon. 20 bucks for that wrench set. Freaking perfect. Love it. So I really don't want to do these trans lines because every part of me knows that they're going to strip, and I'm going to be sitting over here. Oh yeah, those are going to strip. For a fact, those are going to strip. And I'm not looking forward to that. Oh yeah. Yep, those are, I mean, I don't know why it would be a 10. I really don't. A guy can have high hopes. Probably a little high. Like Snoop Dogg high, but whatever. So yeah, in spite of recent events, I had to upgrade to my own shop, which honestly is not a very bad thing. Like, I'm very happy with the fact I got my own shop now. No more answering to, really, ouch, really anyone. That is too tight. It's like someone tried to get these off already at some point 30 years ago and stripped the heck out of them. So now here we are trying to love on the old girl, and it just fighting me. And I've picked every wrong size known to man, and you guys are watching me absolutely do that, which is okay. Oh, there we go. Oh wow, that actually turned. That is very surprising to me. Now, will I ever get my wrench back off? Probably not. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. A migraine. And dirty, but we're getting somewhere. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Like I said, it was doing just fine. And it sat over the course of this winter. And then it just suddenly, when I went to go pull it out, had absolutely no gears. And then I was like, huh, well, that's weird. Obviously, if a car drives itself in, ouch, that tickled. Don't ever do this. This is such a dumb idea. But anyways, yeah, so I went to go get it out for the season, like any car guy would. Had no gears. So I was like, what the heck? Checked the fluid bone dry. Well, obviously that's a leak. So I went ahead, pulled it out and seen it leaked out the entire contents of the trans fluid onto the ground in the front. Well, both of these lines are absolutely bone dry. Ugh, come on. So that tells me only one thing. With the radiator slowly oozing, and the radiator being from, well, before Vietnam, I think. I don't know, not a history buff. Probably. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, it obviously leaked it all out. There we go. We're gonna just use this at this point. Because it's pretty much, actually, I need, okay, it's not even in anymore. Look at me go. I was loosening a line that wasn't even in there. Heck yeah. Oh, I should just go buy a lottery ticket, because the fact that both of these just broke free, all willy-nilly, like it knew what it was supposed to do, is astonishing. I thought this was going to fight me way more. Now, in car guy luck, it's going to end up being like the wrong thread or something on the tranny line. Something just stupid. Okay, buddy. Like I said, my child is here, and he's currently playing outside. And can you what? What? To where? Yeah, if you want to. Apparently, he wants to go back to brooming, which little shop helper can't beat that. Shop labor's pretty cheap. You know what I mean? Oh, ain't no way. Ain't no way I got that. Oh. Are you having fun? Well, there's no one to play with. Anywho, sorry. Just, if you want to sweep, sweep. Anywho, um, yeah, this is actually going surprisingly well. I thought for this being the original Radiator, this would be fighting me a lot more than what it is. I mean, I don't know why I just said that. I probably just shot myself in the foot saying that. That was such a dumb thing. Who says that? Yeah, usually right about the time a guy says that, stuff starts to go wrong, like that bolt refusing to come out. That was not very smart on my end. But it's also, I don't know why it would be a, thir- a 13. A half sounds like it. Yeah, a half is a better fit. Again, I can't believe I forgot my ratchet and my sockets, so I'm over here doing this with literally wrenches, which is just a grand time, because, you know, if a feller had a ratchet about right now, this would be going so much faster. But, you know, what do you do? What do you do? So, yeah, what's going on with the Trans Am is I ripped it all down for paint. I'm getting a lot of the body work done on it. And then I decided, as of a couple days ago, that I am just going to go all out. I am going to make it just an absolute, just the perfect, most perfect version of that car I can for myself. Um, you know, hopefully you guys made it this far in the video and didn't click away. So comment down below and tell me what you guys think I should do for headwise. It's currently got the heads off of a 7454 Chevelle. They've been ported, polished. They got dual valve springs in it, as you guys have seen in other videos where I've had all of that ripped apart. So they're a really good flowing head, but I think I'm pretty limited on what I'm able to do as far as like progressing. Stop it. As far as progressing in the future with like horsepower gains. I don't really want to make just like some absolute. That's good for it. That's what a guy wants. Ah, stop it. Stop it. Naturally, a feller's got to make a mess. Even though I thought I had it all drained out. Oh well, I guess. Um, Pinning that other thought. Radiator is out. That one is definitely been aged. Um, you know, when your radiator is the same color as the Statue of Liberty, it's probably time for a new one. Granted, that is far more appealing than that. And it's aluminum too. So, I mean, it should, in theory, stop it. In theory, it should cool about the same, but it'll be more reliable, and that's exactly what we're going for. So now, new radiator in. Oh, it even uses the factory grommets. Now, the real question is there anything else on here that I should have been paying attention to? Nope, we're good. We're all set. So for my mic, that is absolutely falling down. So those are not the right size. You're hot? Then open the door. Anyways, then open the door. Go on. You're fine. Go play. All right. Okay, we'll look into it in a minute. Okay. Anywho. The guy was thinking for a second that something was wrong, when in fact nothing was wrong, other than the fact I did not have these mounted up. Oh, way too far. So this got to go right there. And this has to slide over, I think? Question mark, exclamation point? I don't know. Oh, the whole radiator just needs to go over. There we go. Now we're allegedly getting somewhere. Okay, cool. So I'm going to just hold it right there. That's good. Okay. I didn't know if I hit record or not. Had to do some checking on that. Okay, cool. So we have it held in ish. At least get this side dialed in. It's very important also to use those rubber grommets because you don't want it rubbing through. We'll leave a little bit of wiggle room, not a lot. So if you like these trans ones, there we go. That noise was probably me pooping a little bit. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Let me know. Okay, so now, oh, should have left this loose. I think I leave this one a little bit looser so everything lines back up. There we go, a little side to side action. Okay. There's that one, and there's that. I can't believe I said that this was going smooth and jinxed myself. Such a dumb thing to say. Because we are definitely not out of the woods yet. I'm just talking foolish. Anyways, so back to the subject of the Trans Am. So I've been kind of really kicking around the idea of, well, pulling the motor out. Obviously, I'm a big fan of that motor. Big fan. I love the way that's set up. Well, I love the motor. I can't say I love the way it's set up. I 110%. I was listening. I thought that was something cool. Just a bike. Personal opinions. Anyways, I love the way that thing sounds. I think that it's a great motor. It definitely runs great, but I think that there's a lot of potential that is left on the table. I mean, I'm going to be converting it to electric water pump. I got a trans cooler up on the shelf for an external one to help keep the trans cool. Granted, it's a TH400, and I shouldn't have any issues. But on the flip side, since when is it a bad idea to have a electric fan in an external trans cooler separate from the radiator? It's not a bad idea, you know. Stuff like that never hurts. Never hurts anything. So my plan is moving forward, if I can, that's a big if I can, I want to, oh, I got the hiccups, I'm so sorry. I would like to, I'd like to switch the heads. I want to find myself a good set of aluminum heads that have a better flow rate than mine. Oh, there we go. Watch, this is going to be a different size. I think my intake is fine. I have a single plane, or no, is it dual plane? Single plane, high rise. For street applications and what I plan on doing, I think that intake will be fine. I think with a good head, it will allow it to just do better, so to speak. Get more flowage out of there. I was watching someone else on YouTube. I can't remember his name. Not that it's really relevant, but I can't remember his name. But from what I was watching is, please be the right size. That is what I like to almost see. Of course, now the line is just doing stupid line things, like refusing to spin now. There we go. This is never a good deal, really, to just use this, because I'm gonna end up marring these threads up. But it'll work. It'll get tight. Just don't be scared. One second, but to the sun, not the sand. Sorry about that. So I'm really kind of at a loss as to what direction I should go. You know, there's the possibilities really are endless. I mean, I could always rip it out and LS swap it. Granted, that's not going to happen. I just want to find the right path to go with the car, because there are so many different options. I mean, I could just go with a stock style aluminum head. Great. Or I could go with like a really, really nice trick flow head. I don't know. Your guys' opinions as to what I should do. I'm not really so much chasing horsepower, but I'm also chasing horsepower. Like I know it's kind of like a double standard. Like, I want to see what I can squeeze out of it without power adders, without putting a new crank in it and making it a 496. You know, like I don't. Like I don't want to be putting a 496 crank in it. I don't want to be spraying it. I don't want to. Oh, hi, friend. I don't want to be going through all that. I just really want to make like a reliable yet even faster. Because I mean, it does pretty good. I would say for what it is. I think the internals are a little bit on the cheap side. This is of course gonna fight me. It's always the trans lines. I don't want to cross thread it. There we go. She's in. I don't want to make it a stroker. I don't want to go through all that. I want to make it just what it is, and I want to leave a lot of room on the table, essentially, in the future when I get bored of it, because, as a car guy, you're going to get bored of it. But over this winter is where I want to kind of chase as much power as I can. Um, I have no intentions on going with like EFI Live or anything like that, or just fuel injection. I don't want to go fuel injection. Um, I am going to probably get myself a Holly 1050 with no choke and mechanical secondaries. I've heard plenty of good things, and I think that that would be a really good carb to use on my setup. Um, I know that when it was previously dynoed by the old owner, it did not like the 750 carb, so naturally that's exactly what I put on it. It runs good, but you can just tell it runs out of its possibilities right away. This is, keep in mind also, just a little heads up, the radiator is in, the shroud is in, the lines are in. This is actually, dare I say it, going smooth. Almost too smooth. I don't know. Something has to happen. Maybe the freaking radiator cap won't fit. Something stupid. It's always something stupid. Anywho, yeah, so I mean, I do plan on going with a 4-link in the rear this winter. Like, that is going to happen. Like, before heads, before everything else, after it's painted, it's getting a full 4-link in the rear. It's getting coilovers and tubular control arms up front. It's going to be a pretty good riding car, regardless. Because, I mean, it is lowered. It could use bushings in the rear. I mean, they're not like completely wasted or anything, but they're not that good either. So, I mean, it's one of them deals where it's not needed, but man, is it so cool. It would be a lot cooler, and I mean a lot cooler, if it did have it. And that's kind of where I'm sitting, is I just want to make it a very, very fun car. My original goal was to have it done in time for my son's birthday, which is in June. And with where it's at, I mean, I would absolutely have to pretty much quit my job and spend the next 2 weeks straight working on it. And it's just, that's not the most feasible thing that's going to happen. So I'm kind of lowered my expectations as far as a deadline, but I raised my standards on the quality that I'm going to be putting out with the car. If I were to get it done right now, like, yeah, it would run great, it would drive great, it'd do everything it's supposed to do just fine, but like, it wouldn't have door panels. It wouldn't have, actually pretty much just door panels, but it wouldn't have a radio. I still have to go through and rewire it because we've never been able to get to the source of why why we lost all lights. Still have no idea. That has been one thing that has been absolutely kicking us in the rear end since it happened. It makes no sense. We went through and chased out every single problem you can think of with it, and we're coming up empty-handed every single time. And plus, I've been doing some looking. I'm thinking about doing the sequential taillights for it, just because, LED. I'm a big fan of LEDs. It's just, as long as it doesn't look tacky. I don't want it to look yeah, I guess just tacky, really. But I also want it to be functional, like there's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with upgrading the lighting so people see it. Like during the daylight, you hit the brake lights on these old cars, and the stock halogen with how dark these taillights are from the factory, you almost can't see it. You can, but if someone's not paying attention, they're not going to see it, and I don't want to get rear-ended, you know. So do I have to go sequential? No, I don't have to, but it'd be a lot cooler if I did. So that's pretty much where that's at. I got LED retrofit headlights, which they're so cool. I'll have to show you guys in another video when that happens. Um, that clamp is obviously doing nothing. Obviously doing nothing. Well, I mean, good thing I just wanted to get the radiator done for today. Some clamps are going to have to be swapped out. But I mean, as far as getting it actually swapped, this is about all I was hoping for. Oh, there we go. Like a glove. So yeah, the Blazer, um, that's not, that's gonna be a little bit more long term. This car isn't a long term project right now. This car is just, doing this. This is some maintenance stuff. When we went through last year and did everything we did, this is kind of just going back through and covering some more of our basis. Um, Still got to get to the bottom of that oil leak. I don't know what's going on with that. Um, Kind of on a little bit of a time crunch today. I work night shift now, so that's kind of putting a little bit of a halt on some things, but not as much as you'd think. So, I mean, ooh, well, I guess that clamp ain't tight. I thought it was going to be a lot tighter than what it was. Lord. Should not be able to just pull your radiator hose off, I would assume. I don't know. That's better. That's way better. See if we can't get a turn or two out of it. Oh, yeah, she's still going. She's still going. There. So, everything is tight. Everything's on. New radiators in there. She's looking fantastic. Lines are tight. I do have to get a new clamp. I'm not going to fill it up quite yet because we have to take the water pump off and still get to the bottom of that oil leak. I don't understand where that oil leak is coming from. You can see something's definitely oozing from up top. If it'll focus, yeah. Something's definitely oozing from up top. I don't know what that is. That's one of those things where I think we're gonna have to look into it. I do think part of that is the water pump. But yeah, so anyways, that is it for the day. Um, we're going to be posting a lot more regularly, a lot more actively, and hopefully better content. Like I said, we're attempting mics. We got better tripods. We have more stuff to film. Like I said, that's going to be getting a manual transmission swap soon. This is going to be just water pump, radiator, exhaust. Figure out the oil leak. That'll be out of here. The Cobra will be coming in. The Trans Am is an extremely long-term project. Um, we would like to we would just like to bring you guys a lot better content, a lot more consistently. Um, I need a haircut. Um, Trying to do things the proper way, and you just get as much feedback as we can. I want to hear your opinions on the Riviera, the Trans Am, what we can do with the Blazer. Um, that that is going to be getting addressed. We are not going to be painting that. We're trying to clean it. It's just two whole sections of that. We're just going to drop it down, replace it, see where the leak's at, fix the leak. We don't want to be breathing that stuff in, and it doesn't look the greatest. So, I mean, we're just going to be getting stuff like that addressed. But yeah, we'll have a lot more progress updates on stuff as we go. The Cobra, once that is out, once the Riviera is done, like I said, with the water pump, radiator, and exhaust, that will be out. Cobra's coming in. We're redoing all new vacuum lines in that. That's the 98 Steeda Cobra with the Pro Charger on it. That one will be coming in soon. And yeah, please, please, please give us your feedback. Like, subscribe, follow. Yeah, just give us your feedback. It's important to us. We really want to. I keep saying we. My buddy Brandon is also going to be here and there in some of these videos. But we really care about the feedback and what we can do to make the videos more enjoyable for you guys. So have a great day.